Welcome to another episode of Ghetto Antiques Roadshow. And this item got me in so much trouble that my husband cut up my credit card. I have actually 3 more items coming, and I now am sanctioned. I am only allowed to have an allowance of $50. Actually, my husband raised it just the other day to $60 per week, but it doesn't start till mid-November. So I'm no longer able to buy anything on eBay unless I meet my quota of 60 doll hairs, and I'm pretty screwed. And so I got in big trouble because I won this. I had to confess to my husband that I won this, and he was fuming. He said, "Don't you have enough antiques? When is enough enough?" And that's when he asked me to hand over the credit card. He went into my computer. He deleted any credit card that was on file. He deleted the credit card that was on file with eBay. And this is all the reason for it. This thing got me in freaking trouble. All right, so let's open it up and see what got me in trouble. And it's going to be a rusty barnacle. I do have to clean it because in the seller's pictures it looked mighty dirty. And the seller just thought it was a brass compact, but I knew better. Once I took a look at this, I said, nope, this is actually way more extraordinary than that. Hold on. Thumb malfunction. All right, here we go. All right, so you look at this, rusty old barnacle, right? Nothing a little simigrown. Oh, I did it again. Chrome can't make it look better. And what do we got? Oh, this is beautiful. This is a nice. And what is this? This is an Italian, actually sterling silver with vermeil gold compact. And the seller said in the description, brass compact with missing mirror. And I took one look at the picture and I said, I don't see a missing mirror. How the hell do you open this without breaking it? All right, hold on. Okay, there is a mirror, and I don't want you to see me. And there you go. It does have a mirror. She didn't even notice that there was a mirror. That's insane. And so if you look, we have this original little powder puff thing going on here. And a sifter. Here we go. Is there any powder in there? That is the question. Hold on here. How do I get this shit out? Oh, okay, I see what happened here. The little base, I can just glue that right back in. Okay, so this is going to go in here. No problemo. And yeah, okay, so why did I bid on this? And why was I willing to get myself into so much trouble? I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, so look at it now. Actually, I'll tell you why I got in trouble in a moment, and I'll tell you why I was willing to take the risk of the wrath of my husband. First, this episode is brought to you by Simichrome. And no, they did not pay me, those bastards. Okay, so I am going to clean this with some Simichrome, and I will be right back. So look at like how filthy and dirty this is, and we'll come back to a nice shiny compact. So as you can see, I just started working on the centerpiece, and all that tarnish is coming off and turning this silver like it's supposed to be. So I did not really want to mess around with the Simichrome too much near the portrait. But as you can see, it cleaned up really nice. And let's flip it over. And wow, look how shiny that got. That got really shiny. Now the seller said basically this was in really fair shape, and it was missing a mirror. It was not missing a mirror, and said basically brass compact, missing mirror. And I was like, oh my God, it's a sleeper. And why is it a sleeper? Because these generally sell between $350 to $800 and even $975, depending on the scene, depending on how big they are, and depending on what famous painter painted the scene. Now, a lot of these were actually scenes painted by a famous 1700s artist, or many different 1700 artists. I forgot the name of I think it was Boucher. I'm going to pronounce it wrong probably. Francois Boucher was probably one of the painters. There were many different renditions of the original paintings of the 1700s. And in this particular one, you see they have some goats besides them. A goat in a lap. And why won't my camera focus? And so it's a courting couple. Really quite lovely. And so why was I willing to get in trouble for this and end up ruining my whole career of buying things and having my husband cut the credit card up? Well, because I always wanted one of these in my collection, but yet could never afford one. Never could afford one of these. Now, generally, these were made from the 1930s all the way into the 60s until they went out of favor. These were all made in Italy, handcrafted by silversmiths. Now, some silversmiths, there was many silversmiths making these, and some silversmiths could only turn out about 10 to 16 of these a week. That's how much work went into them. They had to be kiln fired many, 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 many times over and over again. Sometimes it would warp the metal and destroy the compact. They had to add precious metals to it, such as silver, brass. Well, brass is really not precious, but you know what I mean, or vermeil gold over them. And this was quite an undertaking just to make one of these. Now, these are souvenir pieces. So basically, these were purchased in Venice, I believe. Was it Venice? I'll go over it in a minute. I'll look it up on the internet, but I believe it was Venetian or something like that, or Milanese, maybe from Milan. And these were purchased as tourist pieces and brought back to the U.S. Although these silversmith companies did sell to highfalutin American stores such as like Bloomingdale's and Macy's and, you know, all the like Lord and Taylor, like high quality department stores. So basically it was a sleeper. Vintage brass gold tone makeup powder compact, empty, no mirror, antique, $46.99. That just does not happen. So, and as you can see in the picture, looked really, really terrible. So here's a whole bunch of them being sold on somebody's website. And as you can see, very similar to mine. And what are the prices? Yikes. $850. This one is $650. This particular one is $325. This particular one is $575. This particular one is $699. This one is $550 hairs. This one, $675 hairs. And here's another one for $325 hairs. And as you can tell, now can you blame me? $850 hairs. And I guess the rarer the scene is, the less common, because they made so many different scenes, the more money they're worth. $775 doll hairs. I'm not kidding you. This one, $875 doll hairs. This one, $575 doll hairs. And we keep going and going and going. And yes, these get the prices. This one, $750 doll hairs. And they keep going. 1,200 doll hairs. Many different blogs about the different silversmiths making these. So this is all I have in my collection, and a lot of you who are watching this video know a lot more about these compacts than me. I am not stating in any way I am an expert. I am not Dr. Lori. I am not the Antiques Roadshow. I'm just some schmuck who collects things I think is pretty. And so this one so far is probably my top favorite now. And that's the one that I got right here on eBay, and I got myself in trouble over it. And so now I am on a $60 a week allowance, no more. So this was no mas. So this was $46.99. By the time they got through with shipping and with tax, my husband was really screaming. And he said that when this arrives, he actually did tell me when this thing arrives, he was going to throw it into the garbage. And so now I have to hide it. Actually, I have to wrap it up and hide it somewhere. Okay, the other ones I have are this one. Now, there were good, better, and best. And this one is not one of their best. This is one of their latest, not the earlier of their pieces, which probably started somewhere in the 20s, 30s, 40s. This is more of the butt end of their production, when people stopped actually wanting to buy these and gave a rat's ass about them. This is probably the 50s, 60s. And so we have this little, not very good portrait in the center. Let's try to zoom in on that. Covered with like a little, I think, celluloid type of panel. We have this like little decal, or it doesn't look like a hand painting of a lady, but we have it surrounded by paste rhinestones. And it's quite ornate and pretty in its own right. And I see these selling in what the hell happened over here? Uh-oh. Bum, 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 bum. That means I have to clean it. Yep, I'm gonna have to get the Simicrone out. Okay, so these actually I see selling in the $189 price range to the $200, maybe $225 price range, depending on, sometimes they came with different colored stones, different portraits, different enameled backgrounds. This one, how the hell do you open this sucker? I'm gonna have to get that verdigris off of there, because verdigris eats through actual metal and can destroy your items. And why can't I open this? What the hell? Is this the hinge? What am I doing? Of course, there's always going to be a blooper on my channel. Oh, there we go. All right, and it has its original swans down. By the way, they did not come with swans down. I did research. They did not come with swans down powder puffs. It was actually furnished by the person who purchased the compact. And it did come with those little, sifter type of screen and makeup application piece, but not the swans down. So this was added by a lady at a later time, or when she got the compact. And there we go. They always had little mirrors inside. Next, I'm going to leave my one of my favorites for last. Next, we have this beautiful one. And this is quite stunning. As you can see, we got white enamel with gold ormolu and little rubies. Don't think they're real. Let's flip it over. And we have this brass on the back. And we have this kiss lock on the top. Don't know how old this one is. I don't know if it's one of their earlier pieces. Let me try to get this open. There we go. And we have, somebody added a swan's down puff to it. Well, it didn't come with the swan's down. And you see we had the little sifter and everything all in there with the mirror. You can find markings for them for the gold content. Sometimes it'll be marked 800. Sometimes it'll be marked 900 and change. But you got to look really, really, really hard. Sometimes it's in the edges somewhere, hiding. And a lot of people don't know to look there. And it is hidden. All right, let's stuff this thing in here. And there we go. All right, this one. I have never seen one of these before. If you have, write in the comments below. But this is actually a footed trinket box of some sort, or maybe powder box. And this one has enamel all on the side. Look at that. We have like a torch. We have like all this sort of really, really cool, almost like faience. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but almost like an old French Empire faience type of design. And right here on the top, in the center, we have a little portrait. Don't know if you could see that. It's not one of their best portraits, as you can see. The other one has a way better quality portrait. But this one is quite lovely with the gold ormolu. It almost looks French. I actually thought this was a French box. And I found out later on that it's one of these Italian pieces. We have a velvet interior. Really, really quite lovely. And I'm sure maybe perhaps a powder went in here and a powder puff. But I don't see a mirror, so I'm guessing this is most likely some kind of trinket box of some sort, or jewel box. And let's close that up. And so, now, my channel is about to get really, really shitty, guys. The Ghetto Antiques Roadshow is about to come to a full halt. I have 3 more items coming. After that, I'm sanctioned, like Russia, till mid-November. And then my allowance starts at only 60 doll hairs a week. That means if I find something on eBay and it's 60 doll hairs, actually, if it's $60 or doll hairs and 99 cents plus tax plus shipping, I'm totally fucked. So I'm going to have to actually, and if I have 60 doll hairs, the most I'm going to probably be able to afford to spend is 45 doll hairs, because you figure shipping is usually $10, $15, $12, then tax. So now finding really good sleepers is going to be very hard. So I hope you guys have pity on me. And I guess this channel is, I don't know what to do with it anymore, because there's not going to be much show and tell going on very much soon, because of the fact that I can only get 60 doll hairs a week. Now you can say, go out and get a job. Well, do you have PTSD? Where you don't sleep because you have flashbacks in your sleep and wake up, if you do sleep, covered in sweat? Do you have panic attacks that go on sometimes 3 or 4 different times daily? Chronic 24-hour-a-day anxiety? Well, no. Yeah, and so it's very hard for me to maintain jobs. So I'm pretty much fucked. So if you want to donate to my channel, if you're rich, maybe Elon, Elon Musk is watching. Somebody that's, I don't know, high in falutin. You want to donate some money to me so I can buy myself some shiz? I would really greatly appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll give you a way to send me some moolah. All right, guys, or doll hairs. All right, guys, thank you for watching another one of my boring ass videos, and hope to see you guys all soon in the near future. So long. Oh, God, I love this. I love this. It was worth getting in trouble over.